Episode 176 of A Record of a Mortal's Journey to Immortality has ended and is scheduled to air in June 2026. If you enjoy it, come and watch episode 177 with me. No one could understand why Nangong Wan, who was more than 100 years older than Han Li, could still captivate this old devil Han so completely, to the point that she firmly became the #1 female lead of A Record of a Mortal's Journey to Immortality. Despite having relatively little screen time, securely seated in the position of main consort, aside from taking Han Li's primordial yin for the first time, she clearly had a few subtle tricks of her own when Han Li advanced to the nascent soul stage, and his name shook the southern heavenly region. He slowly but surely stepped right into the trap that Nangong Wan had carefully laid out. After clearing a dungeon together with Marquis Nanlong, Han Li was brimming with confidence. Inside the ruins of Immortal Master Tangkun, he and Silvermoon worked together flawlessly, emerging as the biggest winners of the entire expedition. Out of the 6 jade boxes inside the cave residence, Han Li obtained 4. Upon opening them, he was overjoyed. They contained a ring capable of restraining Northern Extreme Origin Crystal, a small bottle of the 10 absolute poisons, the cultivation legacy of Immortal Master Kangkun, and the ancient treasure Purple Kangdu. Han Li was extremely satisfied with Silvermoon's performance this time. With a grand wave of his hand, he directly gifted the Purple Kangdu to her. Silvermoon already possessed powerful concealment divine abilities, making her nearly impossible to detect, even for old monsters at the nascent soul stage. Now, with both the Jade Ruyi and Purple Kangdo in her possession, she was practically a supreme weapon for ambush and assassination, a true killing tool for robbing and slaughtering from the shadows. After all, she was the eldest princess of the Silvermoon Wolf clan in the spirit realm, with an extraordinarily noble status. Yet ever since following Han Li, she had been doing nothing but shady unseen deeds. No wonder later, after reaching the spirit realm, her grandfather ancestor Ao Xiao held such deep resentment toward Han Li, wishing he could personally kill this little brat. Just as Han Li and Silvermoon finished organizing their gains, they noticed not far away a Molung nascent soul spell master chasing down 5 core formation stage cultivators from the southern heavenly region, one of whom was an old acquaintance of Han Li. Han Li did not hesitate for even a second. He immediately fled over and released tens of thousands of gold-devouring beetles in one go, scaring that spellmaster surnamed Tan so badly that he nearly wet himself before turning tail and fleeing for his life. Even Han Li was briefly stunned. Ever since advancing to the nascent soul stage, he had not yet used the gold-devouring beetles in actual combat. He had just been about to test their power, yet the enemy had already been scared away. Seeing that they had been saved, the leading old man rushed over and said, "Many thanks for saving our lives. Senior, I am Luo Wanhe of Huangfeng Valley." That single word senior made Han Li extremely awkward. He hurriedly replied, "Uncle Master Lei, I am a disciple of junior brother Li Huayuan. Little Han, you even saved my life back then. Don't you remember?" Upon hearing this, Luo Wanhe felt as though he had been struck by lightning, standing frozen in place. Even so, he still insisted on addressing Han Li as senior. Even if given 3 more lives, he would never dare call him Little Han again. After some discussion, the two finally decided to interact as peers, addressing each other as Taoist companions. From Taoist Luo's words, Han Li learned that his master Li Huayuan had already passed away, and that none of his fellow disciples had successfully reached the core formation stage. Back then, senior brother Liu survived due to his charging in whenever something happened, personality. But now, only Han Li remained alive. While Han Li was still immersed in grief and unable to pull himself out, Donghua of Yin Yue sect suddenly spoke up. Recently, Yin Yue sect was preparing to host a grand wedding. Their nascent soul stage guest elder Nangong Wan was to be married off to Wei Lishan of Huayi sect. This Wei Lishan was no ordinary figure. He was a descendant of Wei Wunai, one of the 3 great cultivators of the southern heavenly region, and had formed his nascent soul in merely 300 years. Upon hearing this, Han Li's head began to buzz violently. His reaction mirrored Luo Wanhe's earlier shock exactly. Yet a trace of killing intent flashed within his eyes, so frightening that no one around dared to speak. Soon after, Han Li bid farewell to everyone and departed in his wind-chasing carriage, leaving behind a group of utterly stunned cultivators. all speculating about the relationship between Han Li and Nangong Wan and whether a dramatic wedding snatching would soon unfold. Only Luo Wanhe had no interest in idle gossip. He desperately wanted to return to Huangfeng Valley immediately, to report to Ancestor Lingu. The abandoned disciple of the past had now reached the same cultivation level as himself. Could this bring about a sect-destroying calamity for Huangfeng Valley? But Han Li had always been cautious. How could he snatch a bride in front of countless eyes? If he were to snatch her, he would naturally do it ahead of time. And this just happened to fall perfectly into Nangong Wan's trap. Without a few clever schemes, how could one possibly sit securely as the main consort? Han Li sped forward at full speed, breaking into Yin Yue's sect under cover of night. When he finally met Nangong Wan, the very first thing she said was, "So it really is you, Han Li." Nangong Wan had long known that Han Li would come. As someone utterly clueless in matters of emotion, how could Han Li ever escape her grasp? Although this wedding was outwardly forced by senior martial sister of Nangong Wan, in the narrator's view, this was clearly also a test set up by Nangong Wan herself. Otherwise, she had been at the nascent soul stage for so long. Why not marry earlier or later? Why wait precisely until Han Li became the third nascent soul elder of Luo Yun's sect, and after his reputation as a womanizer spread throughout the southern heavenly region? Before choosing to marry, Han Li's arrival finally confirmed her suspicions. This man truly had feelings for her, and was not the type to turn heartless after taking advantage. She even confessed openly that, even if Han Li had not come, she already had a complete plan prepared to flee Yin Yue's sect before the wedding. Her clever and mischievous demeanor completely stole Han Li's soul. He immediately decided to beat up Nangong Wan's senior martial sister to vent his wife's anger, with the two working together. That mid-nascent soul stage senior martial sister was beaten into a pig-headed mess. Her treasures, the Blood Devil's sword, and another Northern Extreme Origin crystal ring, were confiscated by Han Li on the spot. After everything was done, the two successfully escaped from Yin Yue's sect. However, Han Li still had to hurry to Tiantian City to participate in the upcoming Huanglong Mountain battle. Thus he let Nangong Wan return to Luo Yun's sect first, to give Cheng Tiankun and Lu Luo a pleasant shock. Now, with a beauty already in his arms, and old grudges settled at last, only one thing remained: to carve his name into the heavens, and let the entire world remember who he was. The winds of fate were already gathering. The Huanglong Mountain battlefield was about to erupt, where geniuses would fall and true monsters would rise. For Han Li, this was no longer merely a battle for survival, nor a clash for fleeting fame. It was the moment to announce his return, to prove that the once-forgotten disciple had become a force no one could ignore. When the battle began, blood would stain the mountains, and thunder would shake the skies, and amid the chaos, one name would echo above all others. At Huanglong Mountain, the title of MVP was never in doubt. It was destined to belong to Han Li.